All right, so are you ready to jump into something really special? I know a lot of you have been asking for a deep dive into A Tribe Called Judah, and to be honest, I'm just as excited about this one as you are.
Yeah, me too.
We've got some excerpts here from a glowing MovieKaTicket.com review, and this Nollywood film is really creating quite a buzz.
It really is. And it's interesting to see a Nollywood film kind of breaking out like this and tackling these big societal issues, you know?
Right, and it seems to signal a shift in maybe what audiences are looking for, you know?
Definitely.
Can you give us just a little context for those who might not be familiar with Nollywood?
Sure.
What makes this film stand out from just the typical Nollywood fare?
Well, so Nollywood, right, it's Nigeria's film industry. It's known for its high volume of productions, churning out films often with, familiar tropes,
Yeah.
melodramatic plots. A Tribe Called Judah, though, seems to be breaking the mold.
Okay.
It's drawing audiences in with this raw, authentic story that resonates really deeply with their own lived experiences.
Okay, so let's unpack this story a little bit.
Yeah.
The review really focuses on Judah, a single mother, raising 5 sons each from a different father and tribe, just from that setup.
Wow.
I mean, we can already sense some dramatic tension.
Oh, yeah. Big time. And it's made even more intense because Jedidah has chronic kidney disease.
Oh, wow.
This illness becomes a major plot driver, pushing her sons to make some desperate decisions.
And the review mentions a robbery
Yes.
that goes wrong, hinting at a tragic sacrifice made by Emeka, one of the sons.
It's heartbreaking.
Wow, talk about high stakes.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling the emotional weight of the story.
Yeah, and it's not just the plot that's gripping. The review raves about Funke Akindele's performance as Jedidah.
Oh, yeah.
They call it a tour de force, praising her ability to portray strength and vulnerability in the face of overwhelming adversity.
It's incredible that she's both the lead actress and the director of this film.
I know, it's amazing.
What does that tell us about her vision for A Tribe Called Judah?
I think it speaks to her commitment to telling these really authentic stories that
Yeah.
reflect the complexities of Nigerian life. It's not just about entertainment. It's about using film as a medium for social commentary and emotional exploration.
That makes a lot of sense. Now we know Emeka makes a huge sacrifice, but what about the other sons? The review specifically mentions Timini Egbuson, Toby Makinde, and Olumide Oruru as the younger sons, Perishina and Ijiro.
Right.
What makes these characters stand out?
Well, they represent a different side of the family dynamic, while Emeka and Adamu, the eldest sons, are trying to support their mother.
Right.
The younger 3 have fallen into crime and rebellion, adding another layer of conflict to the story.
So we have this incredibly strong, resilient mother figure, and then these sons each grappling with their own challenges and making choices that are going to have ripple effects on the entire family.
Exactly.
It's a recipe for some powerful drama, for sure.
Absolutely.
It sounds like A Tribe Called Judah is offering a really nuanced look at family dynamics, especially within the context of Nigerian society. Is that something you're seeing reflected in the reviews and just the buzz surrounding the film?
Oh, absolutely. This film has become a real cultural touchstone. It's sparking conversations that extend far beyond the screen,
Wow.
People are connecting with the characters and their struggles and the moral dilemmas they face.
Yeah.
It's tapping into this collective desire for stories that reflect the complexities of modern life in Nigeria.
The review also mentioned something about A Tribe Called Judah being a potential turning point for Nollywood. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure, a lot of critics see this film as a sign that Nollywood is evolving, moving away from predictable formulas and embracing more nuanced storytelling.
Okay.
It's pushing boundaries not just in terms of subject matter, but also in its technical execution.
Now, speaking of technical aspects, the review praised Funke Akindele's direction, particularly her ability to blend drama, action, and humor. Can you give us some insights into how those elements work together in the film?
Well, it's a delicate balance, but she pulls it off masterfully. The drama is rooted in the characters' emotional journeys, their relationships, the difficult choices they have to make.
Right.
The action sequences, particularly the robbery scene, are intense and gripping, adding this layer of suspense to the narrative. But what's really impressive is how Akindele weaves in those moments of humor,
Yeah.
often arising from the characters' interactions and the absurdities of their situations.
So it sounds like this blend of genres keeps the audience engaged on multiple levels.
Yeah.
We're invested in the characters' emotional journeys. We're on the edge of our seats during the action sequences.
Exactly.
And we're given moments of levity that prevent the story from becoming too heavy or overwhelming.
Right. It's a testament to Akindele's skill as a director that she can juggle these different elements so effectively and create this truly immersive and entertaining experience for the viewer.
The review also highlighted the film's pacing, cinematography, and production design as being particularly noteworthy. Can you tell us more about how these technical aspects enhance the storytelling?
Well, the pacing is crucial. The film keeps you hooked from start to finish,
Yeah.
expertly weaving together multiple storylines and character arcs without ever feeling rushed or convoluted. Each scene serves a purpose propelling the narrative forward while also giving us glimpses into the characters' inner lives.
It sounds like a carefully crafted tapestry,
Yeah.
each thread adding to the richness of the overall picture.
That's a great analogy.
And the cinematography plays a vital role in bringing that tapestry to life. The review praised the film's visual style, describing it as vivid and immersive.
Oh, for sure.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, the camera work draws you into the world of the film.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're right there with the characters experiencing their joys and sorrows alongside them.
Absolutely.
And what about the production design? How does that contribute to the film's overall impact?
The production design is meticulous, capturing the essence of urban Nigeria with incredible attention to detail, from the bustling marketplaces to the cramped living spaces. Every setting feels authentic and lived in.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that a lot of care went into creating a believable world that draws the viewer in and enhances the emotional impact of the story.
So we have this compelling story, powerful performances, skilled direction, top-notch production values. No wonder A Tribe Called Judah is being hailed as a potential game-changer for Nollywood.
It's a film that deserves all the accolades it's receiving. It's not just entertainment. It's a cultural artifact that speaks volumes about the evolving landscape of Nigerian cinema and its growing global appeal.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm even more eager to see A Tribe Called Judah. Now it sounds like an unforgettable cinematic experience.
Oh, yeah.
But before we wrap things up, I want to shift gears for a moment and get your take on something you mentioned earlier, that the film raises some really thought-provoking questions.
Yes, absolutely.
It delves into these moral dilemmas, and it forces the viewer to confront some difficult questions about loyalty, responsibility, and the lengths we would go to for those we love.
Right.
So let me ask you this. If you were in Jedida's shoes, faced with the impossible choices that she has to make,
Yeah.
what would you do? How would you navigate that challenging situation?
That's a tough question, and I think that's precisely what makes the film so powerful,
Yeah.
It doesn't offer easy answers. It invites viewers to grapple with these complexities and form their own conclusions.
And that's what makes for truly engaging cinema, right?
Absolutely.
It sparks dialogue, it encourages reflection, it stays with you long after the credits roll. But before we dive into those complex themes, let's talk about the impact this film has had on Nollywood and the global film scene. You mentioned A Tribe Called Judah being a cultural artifact.
Right.
Can you expand on that a little bit? What makes this film so significant in the larger context of Nollywood and its global reach?
Well, it's fascinating to see how this film is being celebrated as this potential turning point for Nollywood. Yeah.
It suggests a growing appetite for stories that move beyond those familiar tropes and delve into the complexities of contemporary Nigerian life. For a long time, Nollywood films, while popular, were often criticized for being formulaic and predictable. A Tribe Called Judah kind of breaks away from those conventions,
Right.
offering a fresh perspective and a more nuanced approach to storytelling.
So it's not just a great film.
Yeah.
It's also pushing the boundaries of what Nollywood can be.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What do you think this means for the future of Nigerian cinema?
Well, I think it signals a shift towards stories that resonate on a deeper level, stories that challenge audiences to think critically about their own society and the world around them. A Tribe Called Judah is proof that Nollywood films can be both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Yeah.
And I believe it'll inspire a new generation of filmmakers to push creative boundaries and explore more complex themes.
And what about its global appeal? Is this a film that can resonate with audiences beyond Nigeria? Oh, absolutely. While the film is rooted in Nigerian culture, its themes of family sacrifice and moral dilemmas are universal. Anyone who has ever faced difficult choices, anyone who has struggled to do what's right can connect with the characters and their journeys. That's the power of great storytelling. It transcends cultural boundaries and speaks to the shared human experience.
We've talked a lot about the serious aspects of the film, but the review also mentioned that it has its moments of humor.
Yes.
Can you give us a sense of how that humor is woven into the narrative?
Well, the humor is often subtle, arising from the characters' interactions and kind of the absurdities of their situations. It's not slapstick or over the top, you know?
Yeah.
It's a gentle humor that adds a layer of humanity to the characters and helps to balance out the heavier, dramatic elements of the film.
So it's like a breath of fresh air amidst the tension, reminding us that even at the darkest of times, there's still room for laughter and connection. It sounds like Funke Akindele has a real knack for finding those moments of levity without undermining the emotional weight of the story.
She does. She really does. It's a testament to her skill as a director that she can handle both the drama and the humor with such sensitivity and nuance.
Okay, so we've explored the plot, the characters, the themes, the technical aspects, the cultural impact, and even the humor.
Ooh, it covered it all.
I think it's safe to say we've done a pretty thorough deep dive into A Tribe Called Judah.
I think so.
But before we let you go, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
We've talked about the moral dilemmas in the film, and you mentioned how it forces viewers to confront difficult questions. So I want to turn that question back on you, our listener. Imagine yourself in Jedida's position. You're a mother struggling to provide for your family, battling a serious illness, and your sons are making choices that could have devastating consequences. What would you do? How would you navigate that incredibly challenging situation?
It's a question that lingers long after the credits roll. It invites us to consider the complexities of family sacrifice and the lengths we would go to for those we love. A Tribe Called Judah may be set in Nigeria, but its themes are universal, resonating with audiences across cultures and continents.
This film is a must-see for anyone who appreciates powerful storytelling and thought-provoking cinema, and hopefully it will spark some insightful conversations and self-reflection long after the final scene fades to black. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into A Tribe Called Judah.
It was my pleasure.